uh, as a longtime fan of gripping drama series that delve deep into the human psyche, I must say that Yellowjackets has truly captured my attention. Uh, the storyline is dark and intense, with characters that are complex and multidimensional. The way they've woven the past and present timelines together is masterful, creating a sense of suspense and anticipation that keeps me glued to my screen. Um, Caution, major plot reveals for season 2 of Yellowjackets. Um, the character Laura Lee perishes while attempting a rescue mission for her companions. A fiery teddy bear is the sole significant hint pointing towards the events that unfolded um, in a simpler, more conversational style. Among the Yellow Jackets stranded in the Canadian Rockies, Laura Lee is one of the most innocent members who relies on her faith by survival. Despite others making fun of her beliefs, it's clear that she deeply cares about her teammates. After discovering an abandoned plane in the woods, she becomes determined to fly it using knowledge from her grandfather and a pilot's guide. However, Laura Lee's flight ends tragically, and due to the show's mystery surrounding reality and fantasy, it's unclear exactly what led to her demise. Laura Lee Diaz in a plane explosion in Yellowjackets. Her plane goes up in flames while she tries to seek help. Um, in the first season of Yellowjackets, Laura Lee's death is both significant and enshrouded in mystery. Um, as Jane Widdup's character pilots the old plane to safety, she notices her teddy bear ablaze beside her. Uh, the fire quickly spreads, and the spectators, who are the Yellow Jackets, are left aghast as Laura Lee's plane detonates over the nearby lake. The cause of the teddy bear igniting in Yellowjackets season 1, episode 8, has sparked discussion, and there may be a plausible explanation behind it. Considering the age of the aircraft, it could be that the plane Laura Lee is piloting is ignited due to a mechanical failure. The fire appears to originate distant from the engine, yet there may be faulty wiring hidden beneath one of the passenger seats, which initiates the blaze in that location. This could account for the teddy bear catching fire first, regardless of the source of the fire and subsequent explosion. It's clear that Laura Lee faces a tragic end. Her purity makes her ill-equipped to navigate the challenges ahead, much like Jackie's death in Yellowjackets represents their departure from their original society and its principles, signifying her demise as well. By quote, did the wilderness set the teddy bear on fire in Yellowjackets? It doesn't appear to want the Yellowjackets to leave. As a devoted fan, I find myself questioning Laura Lee's demise in Yellowjackets. Although her plane explosion might have a rational explanation, the eerie supernatural hints throughout the show make me wonder if there's something far more ominous at play. The series skillfully blends the girl's psychological trauma with potential supernatural influences. The wilderness seems to become almost sentient in Yellowjackets, subtly suggesting a malevolent presence lurking as they struggle in the mountains. If this entity truly exists, it could potentially be the one responsible for Laura Lee's tragic fate. There are several indications pointing towards the wilderness, as the cause of Laura Lee's plane explosion. For instance, Lottie, a character known for her visions, has a premonition of Laura Lee's death. These visions have proven to predict future events, but it remains unclear whether they are genuine warnings or simply the result of Lottie being emotionally distressed and off her medication. In either case, Lottie sees Laura Lee engulfed in flames when she asks her friend to baptize her bed music. The fact that Laura Lee's death mirrors the way Lottie foresaw it in the series Yellowjackets, hints at a possible connection between the wilderness and this tragic event. In a strange way, the wilderness appears threatening whenever someone attempts to depart it. Okay? It's not only Laura Lee who suffers this fate when a band of Yellowjackets ventures into the forest in search of aid. They are ambushed by wolves, compelling them back to their cabin because the extent of Van's injuries leads Laura Lee to consider the plane as an option. However, just as the wolves hinder the girl's advancement, the self-igniting teddy bear guarantees that Laura Lee will never reach anyone capable of offering assistance. What the plane explosion means for the Yellowjackets survivors. It's their last hope of being saved. In the television series Yellowjackets, Laura Lee's demise signifies a severance from civilization and traditional norms. Yet it also leaves an overwhelming effect on the survivors who bear witness to it, and using the character's sorrow transcends the loss of their friend and teammate. Laura Lee's departure offers them the last glimmer of salvation. However, with the plane's detonation, that faint hope is utterly extinguished. Documentor as Yellowjackets season 1, episode 9 unfolds, the girls are seen wallowing in despair. They even organize a doom-coming feast to savor one final moment of joy before they anticipate their own demise when winter arrives. The demise of Laura Lee, followed swiftly by Jackie, signifies a pivotal moment for the Showtime series, as it brings about a significant shift in tone. Prior to Laura Lee's plane explosion, there was still a glimmer of hope for rescue among the Yellowjackets. Their circumstances were met with a lighter attitude, but the deaths in season 1 usher in a much grimmer outlook. The winter and their battles to find sustenance make their situation appear far more perilous than it did during their initial days in the wilderness. Adult Lottie is still haunted by Laura Lee's death. Lottie sees Laura Lee when travesties. In contrast to the other members of the Yellowjackets, Laura Lee only seems to have a deep connection with Lottie. During their time stranded in the wilderness, Lottie and Laura Lee form an understanding that feels almost spiritual. When Laura Lee dies, just like the other girls, Lottie is heartbroken. However, Lottie's sorrow lingers even into the Yellowjackets 2021 timeline. An unexpected encounter brings Laura Lee back to life for Lottie when she witnesses Travis's death. In her older years, Lottie experiences a vision of the deceased Laura Lee yelling at her, suggesting that she carries a heavy burden of guilt
for both Laura Lee's and Travis's deaths. As a devoted Yellowjackets fan, I can't help but feel the weight of guilt that Lottie carries. In season 2, it's evident that she blames herself for not preventing her friend's tragic demise. Her visions in the show, and particularly the one where she foresees the plane crash, underscore this self-recrimination. The Yellowjackets teddy bear scene almost didn't happen. And Laura Lee was supposed to die during episode 1. In the first season of Yellowjackets, Laura Lee plays an integral role in the storyline, making it surprising that her character was initially planned to perish during the pilot. During an interview with Collider, Melanie Lynskey, who portrays adult Shauna, discussed working alongside a highly skilled cast. Intriguingly, the creators of Yellowjackets originally intended for Laura Lee's character to meet her demise in the opening plane crash. However, they were captivated by Widup's audition and opted to expand Laura Lee's role within the narrative. Given Laura Lee's significant impact on the narrative of Yellowjackets and her key role in shaping Lottie's embrace of supernatural beliefs, it seems almost unthinkable how the series might have unfolded without Widup's contributions. This implies that during the initial stages of production, the pivotal Yellowjackets teddy bear scene likely wouldn't have taken place, and the subtle hints of the wilderness's power may have been introduced later on.